Right, so the next section we're going to talk about is how we do the student billing. So as Lisa's shown us, we've got a general ledger, and within the general ledger, we've got the fund accounts, and the student billing ties into all of that. So as we do go through the billing process, it updates the general ledger. It also creates all the documents which go out to the students or the fellows or the senior members, whoever you're billing through the system. You'll see on my dashboard that I've logged in, I've got a list of students. Down here, I can filter them by what course they're on. I can also look at whether graduates, undergraduates, what year of study they're in, and their numbers. Moving down a bit, I've also got information to hand about the balances that the student owe, and I've got some unbilled transactions here, so transactions that I haven't yet turned into invoices, so they're just unbilled transactions. Down the bottom here, I've got my actual student bills. So let's go and have a look at one of my members. Let's go and have a look at Penny Smith here. So I can drill down into Penny just by clicking on the link, and it opens up Penny's member record. There's a lot of information about Penny on the record, but we're focusing in on the financial aspect at this point. So I have a tab on my screen called Billing Transactions. If I click on that, I can see a list of the billing transactions that are related to Penny. So the information I've got, the payor, so in this case, Penny is a self-funded student, so she is the payor of these transactions. If Penny had a sponsor, or maybe even a loan account, we could put the sponsor in here. We'd still see the bill against the student, but the payor would be recognized there. The invoice would go out to them. We've got some codes here telling us what we're charging for, the year, the academic year, the academic term, and the amounts. And so in terms of the types of bills, the types of transactions brought in, you can see we've got a university fee here for Michaelmas term, university fee for Lent and for Easter. And Penny's also got a scholarship for the Arts and Humanities Research Council. So that comes off, it comes through as a negative £1,000 grant per term. Down the bottom, we've also got student bill items related to student room that she has, vacation rent that she took early as she arrived at college early, a fixed kitchen charge, postage, gym membership. We can set these up related to the types of charges you put through. What's really great about these charges is you can import those, or any of these, using a very simple CSV import. So if you get a feed in from the library, or if you get a feed in from the kitchen, you can just load up these transactions really easy through the CSV upload. So like I say, this is a list. I can see it quite clearly, the billing transactions that relate to Penny Smith, who's my student. I've gone through and from those billing transactions, I've created invoices. So the invoices are the financial representation of those bills. So let's, again, I can just drill in, open a new link, and you'll see at the top here, that invoice is now open, invoice 400 for Penny Smith. And I can see that it's been paid in full. We'll come back to how that was paid earlier. So here I've got a list of my university fees that I've raised these at the beginning of the year for Penny. A lot of information against here about the term that it applies to, the cost center, the fund types, and everything like that. So with the charges, if I go and have a look at some of these invoices, we'll see that this relates to a student room, a vacation rent, and a fixed kitchen charge. And going back to what Lisa was showing us about the GL, if I look at the GL impact of this, we'll see that this invoice is posting to different forms of income account related to those items. So it's all joined together. At this point, you can send those invoices out to the students, or if you want to, you can create bills from the invoices in a format like this to send out. So here's a college type bill going out to Penny Smith at her college address, where it's the second bill. So the balance brought forward from the previous bill was 720. She had paid that on the 29th of January, and here's her new charges now for the next term. So we can go from billing transaction through to invoice, through to student bill, but you don't have to. It's all flexible. We can set it up in a way that suits your college. Just finally, if I go back to Penny and have a look at financial transactions, this gives us a different view now. So this is purely related to the financials. So I can see the invoices, invoice 400, 401, the type, so one's tuition fee, college bill, the amount, the status, how many days it was open. I can also see the payments coming in here. So the payments have been deposited and applied to those invoices, hence they've been paid in full. I've got a couple of open invoices here relating to invoices that haven't yet been paid, and I've got some other payments at the top here. Other types of transactions we put through, things like refunds. So refunds relate to rewards or maybe overpayments, all show up in terms of like the sales ledger process here. So easy to see, easy to track your students, your members through this. That's a quick run through for student billing.